Well, as you've been hearing, this year's Freedom Day comes as the world is battling the COVID-19 pandemic. Many, if not most, will be lamenting the loss of freedom due to the national lockdown. Well, to talk to us about this day, especially during this difficult time, is Political Analyst Professor Tinyiko Maluleke. Thanks so much indeed for joining us, Prof, and happy Freedom Day.
Happy Freedom Day to you and to all our fellow citizens.
Yes, so it's a little bit different today. I mean, it's quiet, I guess. Some people might have spent it that way, but certainly no pomp and ceremony. So it's a difficult thing to celebrate whilst also perhaps living with this shadow that's been cast across the country.
It's a solemn moment. It is a solemn celebration, if you can pardon the pun. In some ways, I think there is a deepening of what it means to be free. As we all celebrate in our homes and in our houses, we recognize that freedom, and I would be loath to rank and weigh freedoms and rights, but clearly the right to life is paramount, because if you don't live, you miss the chance to enjoy any of the freedoms that we have. So we think of freedom deeply today. We think of freedom as the freedom to live, as well as the freedom to associate and to go. And so my sense is that we are having a very deep appreciation what it means to be free, and appreciation, if you like, of where we have come as a people and as a nation.
Some people might use this time to reflect on the gap between those that are fortunate and those less fortunate. At a time when a pandemic like this hits, vulnerabilities come to the fore, and that often speaks to the shortcomings perhaps in that freedom.
Yeah, certainly. It has become very clear that the fault lines in our country are very deep and gaping. We have seen that it's one thing to tell people to stay at home, but those people must have homes to stay in. It's one thing to tell people to wash their hands, but those people must have water with which to wash their hands. And it has become very clear that these problems of inequality in our country have continued. And in some ways, it makes us realize how unfree we are in our freedom, and not merely how unequal we are, because that we have known for a long time. But perhaps this should make us appreciate even more and to work even harder as a people, as government, to ensure that freedom is not theory. Freedom is not just for the middle classes, but for all South Africans. And one hopes that the post-COVID South Africa will unleash a new economy and a new approach to the way in which we develop the country, because that has been the message so far. And my sense is that we may never go back completely to a pre-COVID-19 situation. And for us not to go back there, the government will have to redouble its efforts. And so will we have to as citizens.
What's been interesting to observe, and people have been saying that the leadership has been phenomenal during this difficult time. But what we've been able to see is that when there is a will, often problems that have taken a long time to address can be dealt with very, very quickly. We've seen shelters going up in record time, assistance being given to those in need. And I guess the question might be, why couldn't they act faster before? Does it need to take a pandemic?
It is actually quite sad that we have, while it is also appreciated by But it's quite sad that our government has proven to all of us how easy it is to solve some of the long-standing problems that we have had in some areas by the manner in which they have acted swiftly and confidently to solve problems. It tells you that there hasn't been a sense of urgency. But what makes it sad is that, these knee-jerk emergency reactions, positive as they may be, are not likely to be sustained. And I hope that we don't default back into the kind of inefficiency and lack of agency that we have seen from local authorities and from national government.
All right, Prof, we're going to have to leave it there. Thanks so much indeed. Enjoy the rest of Freedom Day and stay safe as well. Thanks so much indeed for your insights as always.
We'll try. Thank you.